What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, by the time I've aired this video, this story's been out since yesterday. It broke news, and it's like just a bunch of silliness out there in which this young man right here, Andre Gordon Jr., age 26, I guess he's out of Trenton, New Jersey. There was a manhunt for this man. This guy snapped and did the unthinkable. He took the lives of a few people, carjacked two other people 2 different times, and was involved in a manhunt. They had to close roads, they had to evacuate blocks, and they had a police standoff with this guy back in Trenton, New Jersey. What did he do? It's a long list of stuff. I got it written down. I got to read this thing. I got to do it as follows. We'll start from the beginning. Early in the morning yesterday, he carjacked a vehicle in Trenton, New Jersey. Drove to Bucks County, PA, right? He killed his stepmother, Karen Gordon, age 52. His own sister, Kara Gordon, age 13. Then he drove to Levittown, PA, killed his baby mom, 25-year-old Taylor Daniel, Jesus Christ, bludgeoned somebody, or I guess like, I ain't gonna say pistol whipped, a family member, and shot the baby mom's mother, who survived that. So you got 3 bodies, his baby mom, his own stepmother, and his sister. After he does that, he drives the car he carjacked to another location, carjacks another car at a Dollar General or whatever it was, dollar store, from a 44-year-old man, hightails it back to Trenton, where he was in a police standoff and subsequently turned himself in over some time. Now, I don't know what it is that's making a lot of these people snap, especially these young folks. This guy, 26 years old. And for some reason, he snapped. I'm going to play 2 news articles together. I'm going to run them together because I don't want to keep stopping and starting. And it'll sum up the whole thing, how he was caught and what he did, eyewitness accounts, the carjacker, people that were carjack victims even speak. This whole thing is a mess. Take a look.
At some point, he will be extradited to Pennsylvania to answer for those charges over there, but he's also going to be charged here as well.
An hours-long violent crime spree involving 2 states and sparking a shelter-in-place ends with a suspect in custody tonight. Saturday night, I'm Walter Perez. The big story in Action News is developing in Mercer County, New Jersey. That's where authorities say 26-year-old Andre Gordon surrendered. This after he allegedly murdered 3 people across the river. His day-long crime spree began in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, where his victims were killed in 2 separate locations. Investigators say he then carjacked someone before making his way over into New Jersey. Action News has team coverage from where it all began in Levittown to where it ended in Trenton. Brianna Smith begins our live coverage from Levittown tonight. Brianna.
Walter, several law enforcement agencies have been investigating crime scenes from here in Levittown, Pennsylvania, all the way to Trenton, New Jersey, and trying to figure out what happened here. And they're also trying to figure out why that 26-year-old suspect came here with an AR-15 style rifle to kill his stepmother, his sister, and the mother of his 2 young daughters.
It was very shocking and unsettling the whole entire day. I thought it's going to be a nice, relaxing day.
But instead, Levittown residents received an alert Saturday morning to shelter in place for 3 hours because of an active shooter.
And I saw a whole bunch of cop cars racing up and down the street.
26-year-old Andre Gordon Jr.'s alleged crime spree started with the carjacking of Sonia Hansen in Trenton this morning.
Guy started banging on my car with the back of the gun. And then I jumped over the seat and ran. I'm so glad I'm just alive because he could have killed me.
Falls Township police say Gordon drove that stolen vehicle from Trenton to Viewpoint Lane in Levittown just before 9 a.m. That's where he broke into a home and shot and killed his stepmother, 52-year-old Karen Gordon, and his sister, 13-year-old Kara Gordon, who is an 8th grade student at Bayne Middle School.
There were 3 other individuals at the residence, including a minor. inside the home who were able to hide.
This neighbor's video shows Gordon escape to a silver car and speed to another home on Edgewood Lane in Levittown. Police say Gordon shot and killed 25-year-old Taylor Daniel, who is the mother of his 2 children. Her friend shared these photos of Daniel, describing her as a super mom who was a beautiful, carefree, happy soul.
There were 4 other individuals present inside that home, one of which was injured after being bludgeoned by Gordon with the assault rifle.
Police say Daniel's mother was hit and rushed to the hospital for treatment. Then around 9:15 a.m., Gordon carjacked a 44-year-old man in the Dollar General on Bristol Pike in Morrisville and fled without hurting him.
I feel for the little kids because now they're without the mother and the father.
And again, police are still investigating to determine a motive. They're here right now to secure the scene. And as for the suspect's criminal history, Falls Township police say they've had minor contact with him in the past, and criminal dockets show he only had traffic violations. Live in Levittown, Brianna Smith for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter?
Okay, Brianna, thank you. After the brutal rampage in Bucks County, authorities say the suspect made his way into New Jersey. Just about 10 miles over the state line, Gordon barricaded himself inside a home in Trenton. Chopper 6 captured the scene along Phillips Street at about 3:30 this afternoon. You can see members of a SWAT team on the roof peering through windows. It was 90 minutes later when Gordon finally surrendered. Action News reporter Charles Watson continues our team coverage tonight in Trenton. And Charles, we're told the suspect surrendered peacefully.
Yeah, that's right, Walter. And, you know, for hours, police had been focusing their attention on that home on the 100 block of Phillips Avenue. That is where police believe 26-year-old Andre Gordon had barricaded himself. That is until earlier this evening when police discovered that Gordon was able to get away from that home and make his way to another location outside of that police perimeter that police had set up.
Yeah, when they grabbed him, he was identified. He actually gave up his pedigree.
Police finally have 26-year-old Andre Gordon in custody after a nearly 6-hour barricade situation at this home on the 100 block of Phillips Avenue. Police say they ended up here after Gordon allegedly killed 3 family members and carjacked a man this morning in Bucks County. The 26-year-old drove to Trenton, where he parked the stolen Honda CR-V on Miller Street, about a block away from the standoff on Phillips Avenue.
It's scary to know that that situation could be so close.
A neighbor who doesn't want her face shown says when she heard and saw police, she rushed over to Phillips Avenue, where she says several of her family members live, and had to be evacuated.
Some of them actually had to be taken out through an upstairs window, and another family member, she's elderly, she had to be taken out on a police officer's back.
As the standoff looked to go longer, around 5:30, Trenton police confirmed officers took Gordon into custody blocks away on New York Avenue, where he surrendered to officers.
He was at that house at one point, but before we were able to establish a perimeter, he slipped out.
Folks who live on Phillips Avenue say they often saw Gordon at what they describe as a boarding home. One neighbor who knows him personally tells Action News Gordon is a dedicated boxer, and they say they're shocked to hear about the murders he's accused of committing.
He's a good kid. I just don't understand why he would do something like that, to be honest with you, but you just never know.
Yeah, and at last check, police say they have not located the AR-15 style rifle that Gordon is accused of using and the murders he's accused of committing. However, police say they have obtained a search warrant for the home on Phillips Avenue and are looking through it to see what they may find. For now, we're live in Trenton. Charles Watson for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter.
That's the story of this guy, Eric Gordon Jr., supposedly never been in trouble besides traffic infractions. He loses his mind, goes up there and does all of that stuff he does, and victimizes a lot of people. A lot of people are shattered. A lot of people's lives were lost. And for what? Nobody knows what the motive is, but I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you'll see a lot of times nowadays, these kids that do stuff like, I ain't gonna say kids, but you know, these young men that do this type of stuff, or sometimes young ladies that do crazy stuff as well. When they turn the aggression towards their family members, a lot of times they feel as though everybody's against them and they're wrong. I think it honestly stemmed from something where, you know, he felt as though he wasn't being heard. or he felt powerless in a situation that, you know, he wasn't getting the proper respect he probably deserved. See, because like, you know, a lot of times if you study a lot of cases, a lot of times men snap and they kill people that are close to them, that they should have loyalty to. A lot of times it's a lack of feeling unappreciated. Was something along that line of feeling disrespected. In an earlier report I seen yesterday, said there were 2 children hiding when he was at one of these homes. 2 small children that went and hid. And he was looking for them, but he didn't have time and he went and left out. I don't know if they were his own children, because since he had 2 children by him, they were his own children or his other children in the home. But either way, this guy felt as though he wanted to eradicate everybody that had something to do with him feeling the way he did. There's a lot of people out here that can't get out of their own way, and they cannot resolve conflict. No matter what type of depression or whatever way he felt the need, being that he didn't have a ride, that he was going to go and just sacrifice the freedoms of somebody else by taking their car, driving all the way to Bucks County, PA. That's a drive from Trenton all the way up there, doing what he did, jump out of one car, I guess it ain't have enough gas to get him back, and then take somebody else's car. It was a lot of victims in this, and everybody lost. Everybody lost because he was having a bad day. That's the crazy thing right now that's just out here, to where it's like, no, people be so angry at stuff that I could never do that. Like I mean, but who's raising this type of person? Sister, who's raising boys that act like this? Or boys, what in this? You're a father, bro. I mean, so you're a dad. You're supposed to be able to give knowledge and, you know, be a protector. And regardless of what you're going through with the girl or the family, I think him and that girl probably had an argument or whatever. Because if you noticed, the girl lived close, I think, to where he from. You know what I'm saying? I guess, like, you know, before he went to Trenton or whatever, they, you know, have a bond. He feel like an outsider. Everybody betrayed him. He gonna go handle it depending on whatever the situation was. Either way, it's stupid. It's stupid. Because, you know, when you're younger and you got kids and stuff, and people that raise kids, they look at you a certain way when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And a lot of people don't like being seen a certain way, even though some of the stuff that people say about you may be true, and you need to get on the ball. And you feel as though you got to do what you got to do because people ain't understanding, or they disrespecting you. While all the while you disrespecting yourself. No matter what level of disrespect this young man had or thought he was done wrong, you didn't have to do wrong to other people that wasn't directly involved in that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe he had a legitimate right, but that doesn't warrant taking the lives of innocent people, or it got to go to gunplay. Think about that. You had an AK style weapon or AR-15 or something. You could get that, but you couldn't get your life together. It's easier to take the lives of other people that are charged with the responsibility of children that you made, and people that push their, you know, maximize their responsibilities in your upbringing, and you ain't even doing nothing of the same in respect of having loyalty and not taking their lives. Instead, just a big explosion and everybody's caught in a blast wave. Sinful. I feel nothing for him. I don't. At any given time, as men that had children, we all went through something where we were frustrated. But there was always something in our heads of rationality to where we don't want to just go and just take the lives of everybody involved, including our children. Or people that just because somebody disagrees with you or something like that don't mean they got to go to an early grave. Or they need to be killed, period. Where did this come from? But either way, man, a lot of people lost yesterday. And a lot of people that are still here left to pick up the pieces. You killed your child's mother, and the babies are still here, and the grandmoms, you know what I mean, got shot. Now you gone. These kids are here. What did it prove? You ruined their future. Dumb. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Any of you young men out there, man, that listen to me, man, sometimes you need to sit back and take a breath, because you can make an executive decision that'll ruin not only your lives, but the lives of those that make you mad. There are always people to talk to. You might not like the advice they give you, but you can get advice nonetheless, be it positive or negative. It's up to you to deal with things, you know, on a respectable level. It's hard being a man out here. It is. But it's also hard being a woman and raising kids, especially when you're not there. We need to take this into consideration when we're flipping our tops and ready to take people out of here. Because a lot of times, we the ones that need to go, whether we realize it or not. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.